people do you want around you? Hey y'all, welcome to Whiz, Babble. I am here today with Dom, back again. We're back at it. We are here to talk about networking. And also I want to talk about just doing things whenever you don't feel like it. Because sometimes that's networking. Actually, a lot of times that's networking. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely one of those people, like, I fucking love people. But,
to an
like,
extent.
They get on my nerves.
Yeah, it's a balance.
Yeah, but I think it matters. I've definitely built strong rapport with people and not paid attention to or not cared about the people that they were connected to. Like, oh, they're connected to this person. I don't really fuck with the way they move. I don't really fuck with that person. But like, the rapport that me and this person have isn't like that, and I'm not like that. So whatever, that's just like their business and whatever they got going on with them.
Yeah,
I tell you, that messes with our rapport every time. So keep that in mind, y'all. Always keep in mind, like, who you have around you. What do you want what does that say about you? Are you okay with that or not? You know? What kind of people do you want around you? What kind of network do you want?
Honestly, I'm big on support, but you also gotta be like, you can't just be like fanboying me. You know, like, I really want positive feedback. If I am doing it wrong, am I doing all that? Is that what you like to call it?
Love bombing. Yes.
Like, you can't just, everything am doing can't just be like, oh, you're doing great. Like, I'm doing something wrong.
I'm kind of guilty of that, dude. I'm a love bomber for sure.
I'm, just be real with me and don't just like sugarcoat it because I'm your friend, like your brother or whatever. But like, really be real with me. If I'm messing up, hold me accountable. The same way I would do for you, because then that's where the realness comes. Because like, if you're telling me it's like, okay, I need to really get on top of my stuff, rather than like. But then same thing, like, still give me my praise as well. Like, I want to hear that, but it's just that balance. So I just want real positive energy, that's supportive. But I mean, I gotta trust that you're gonna hold me accountable when I may, not be doing the right thing at times.
Yeah, it's important.
Like, that's just a must. Like, that's really just a simple ask, and like, just my core group of people that I want to genuinely be around.
Yes men don't really do shit for you.
I can't. Yeah, like, I can.
Not to say that saying yes or supporting or love bombing, or let's not say love bombing. Let's say just like hyping your friend up, being a hype man or something. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm definitely like a love bomber, and I'm just like, when I fucks with you, I fucks with you, and when I fucks with you, I fucks with what you do. And I have eye for things and ear for things. I like to think I got good taste, man. So whenever I see good shit, it's not a lot of it out there. I'm really letting people know that what they're doing is it, right?
Yeah, that's.
But at the same time, everybody I fuck with, I genuinely give a fuck about. And when I genuinely give a fuck about people, I will also let them know hard truths.
And that's what's needed.
Yeah.
Because you love, I love you so much that I'm gonna tell you this, like,
I love you, but I saw this, and like, I don't know, like, I don't know, I'm like, I don't want the people that I care about out here like looking crazy or doing, and everybody is human. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's learning. Mm-hmm. So sometimes that tough love can be fucking harsh, like a little too much. True,
but you would still, like, you're gonna appreciate it because of who it's coming from.
Yeah, the accountability is everything.
Yeah, like, that's the biggest thing. That's why it's like, who it's coming from makes sense, rather than it's just like a random or anything else. Like, specifically the delivery of who it's coming from is gonna impact you much different.
Yeah.
Like, your worst enemy can tell you the same thing, and you're ready to fight, or, you're gonna feel some type of way. But if now your best friend tells you the exact same thing, you're gonna be like, well, it's just gonna hit different.
It does hit different, yeah. It's because it comes from, it's coming from love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To where it's like, I love you so much that I'm gonna have to be, again, 1,000% honest with you. Like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Like, what you're doing is not And almost to that point where you're like, honest, well, if you continuously do stuff like that, like, you know, our relationship is now going to be, we're going to have to take a step back because of that.
You know what I've found to help in those situations with like constructive criticism is asking the person how they feel about it first before you just go ahead and like give your opinion and just say it's not in and stuff. If you just like ask them, usually if you fuck with this person, y'all vibe and stuff, and you're thinking about it, they're already kind of thinking about it.
Yeah, they're kind of just waiting for you to. Yeah, you know, I've been waiting for you to ask me that.
Not even just waiting for you to ask them that, but they've been in their own head about it, and then whenever you bring it up and somebody kind of like gives that reassurance or that validation that it's a thing, then they're like, oh shit, that is a thing. It also makes it more their fucking idea when you're asking them, well, what do you think about this? Or do you think that maybe when you do this, it's this, or it makes it like this? Or, I mean,
yeah, because I mean, everyone wants their opinion valued, but they also want to give it. And so, like, again, when it's something like that, because it's kind of like, like it's tough. Like if you really do see someone you love and care about going down the wrong path or something, like it's the approach and how, like, the timing and everything. Like, how can I come about it? Now, if I come ask you, then it's like, okay, perfect. Like, now I don't gotta feel like I'm coming for them. Now they've asked me, and I can be 1,000% honest.
Coming for them, because that is, I mean, in business and personal relationships, I mean, honestly, I think business relationships can be way more personal than personal relationships.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Anybody y'all out there talking about it's just business, y'all are full of shit. Like, the fuck? So it's super personal. That's what you're saying, right? When you say that, you could say that, but that's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
You're not just brushing it off like it ain't shit. Business is very... They call it being in bed with someone for a fucking reason. That's all I gotta say.
See?
That shit.
That's all I gotta
say. Money runs everything. So yeah, like personal shit and feelings is cool. But at the end of the day, those business relationships can be heavier for sure. It's like a little more detrimental to your survival. Can be. Can we even measure those two, you think? No, probably not. Whatever.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, I don't know if one is more detrimental than the other.
It's possible. It depends on who you ask, I guess.
I think I made my point. Business is heavy. I have on here, check your attitude. It's for me. It's for anyone with an attitude or is emotional. I don't want to just put it on females, but whatever. It's a thing. So I'll put it on myself. I put check your attitude. Damn. So I was talking to you about this earlier. I'm not a person who can fake anything.
Which is good. That's a great trait to have.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, I
don't know how I feel about that, but I think it makes my life difficult when I'm in an overwhelming position in life and I'm not, my emotions are fucking real, and they're not a thing that can be hidden or processed at the moment. We all have those moments in life, right?
But that's why I think it's just because that's scary, honestly. Like those people who can, I guess, look you just dead in the face and lie to you and just put on this whole front and then just turn around and like that's
Y'all
real
scare
life.
The
like
shit
yeah,
out of
like
me, man. Stay the fucking. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, just keep it real with me. I'ma always appreciate and respect that no matter what. I don't care if keeping it real with me burnt the bridge. I don't give a fuck. There's so much respect. The bridge ain't even burnt with me, honestly. There's still respect there, because thank you for that. Faking it, that's scary. I think it's extremely disrespectful and like deceitful to do that,
But I'm more concerned about like how do you just, again, like we were talking about, like, how do you do that to yourself? Because again, if I can sit here in front to you, but like how can I just look in the mirror and really just lie to myself in front to myself about stuff like that? That's more important than any relationship, is my personal one with myself.
Yes.
So if I could just sit here and lie to myself and now go do that to other people, then that's when it's like, yeah, that's not it. I can't be.
I pay attention to that a lot when networking, whether it's just in general, business, personal, networking, just talking to people and making connections. I definitely pay a lot of attention of that relationship with themselves.
No, it's huge. Because, like, I mean, just how they treat themselves, how they value themselves, stuff like that.
The boundaries that they have, I think, are very important, and that will show you a lot about their relationship with themselves and how much they really fuck with themselves. And you know, it's fucking cliche as fuck, guys, but yeah, if you don't fuck with yourself, you're not fucking with anybody else for real.
Exactly.
Not really.
Yeah. So, and that's just little stuff. I'm very observant as well. So, like, you know, the growth amongst yourself and change and all that good stuff. I look at stuff like that, and if it's like, oh, you're still the same old.
Words and actions too, y'all.
That's huge.
I have lost too much money by just getting swindled by businessmen who know how to talk very, very well. The words, fuck words, man. Actions are everything. It is fine to hear someone talk, and that is exciting and makes you feel good, and you want to go for that, but do not go for it until they have backed it up with actions. Don't do that. Please don't. You're going to save a lot of money, if anything. Let's just talk about business. Fuck everything.
Well, and that's, I mean, obviously losing money is one thing, but like just the time and all that, that's just something that you really can't. You know, the money will come back full circle, but just that time that you invested
time is
into
money,
it,
man.
Like, just everything.
It's the time.
But I guess it's that balance too, though, because that's also part of, like, I guess the risk. You know what I mean? Like, you are risking and trusting, like, okay, is this person really going to be, you know, about what they say?
You live and you learn, man. You really do. You live and you learn. But you don't. I think that's huge, and I think we were talking earlier about being in these situations, like events, and being out where you're probably meeting most of these people for the first time. Hopefully.
Majority, yeah. And it's just...
Well, some people be caught up in scenes, and it's like, I don't fully understand that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a whirlpool.
It is.
So hopefully you're in situations where most of the people that you're meeting at events are new. And then when you're meeting new people, it's, you know, it's those first impressions that matter. You know, checking your attitude, which is great. There's nothing wrong with checking your... I want to go back to that real quick, like faking it if you're in a bad mood or have a bad attitude. For me, checking my attitude is staying the fuck at home and keeping my mouth shut. Because I can't. I can't because I can't. I mean, I'm not like a rude, mean person. No, I can be when I'm mad, for sure. I can be. No, I just know myself, man, and I know how to move when I'm feeling that way.
But that's again, that's knowing yourself, right? You're not gonna put yourself even in a situation by chance if that can mess up a potential, you know, relationship with somebody because, you know, you're just not feeling that type of way someday.
Yeah, damn, I've learned that to the fullest extent lately in life. Whew. Damn. Yeah, check your fucking attitude. But, you know, checking your attitude is kind of like putting on somewhat of a fucking mask, you know what I mean? And it's appropriate. I think a part of that is just a little bit of adulting. I'm not gonna go throw a fucking tantrum everywhere just because I'm in a bad mood, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing that shit, but it's a little bit of a mask. So you're in this room with new people, and everyone kind of has a mask on. Just a little bit. It's just like psychologically how we are, you know? We're not letting everybody in. We're also protecting ourselves.
Yeah, because we all dealing with some sort of something. Right.
So you're meeting all these new people. It's just, they could say all sorts of things. And you can also vibe hardcore with them and make super deep connections off rip. Until you really, like, go through situations with people, though, you never really fucking know. And that's why I think, like, the actions on top of the words are just so fucking important. And that's cliche, too, but networking is so much of meeting new people and talking during those... I mean, just talking.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's... And I guess it's the balance, though. Because even, like, on... I guess if I'm trying to come talk to you about, hey, you know, I record, I really want to come, I love your studio, I want to come record you, do this. Like, it's just that, you know, the elevator pitch where it's like, I do have to sell myself, I do got to talk to you, but so I can't be talking too much.
You can't be talking. So for you personally,
like that balance.
when you're networking, and you meet somebody and you want to work with them and you put it out there and there's that elevator pitch and they put it back and you're like, cool. So like, when is there anything in your head like, okay, if they talk about it too much and they don't do anything, like, I'm over it? Or if they say that and then nothing else happens, that tells me what I need to know. Like, is there anything like that going on in your mind?
I try to just go into everyone just open. Like, you have the floor for right now. And usually it's on the flip side. I'm never really going to ask people to, film them. Obviously, it's usually...
Right, yeah.
Like, I was starting out, I threw it out there, like, hey, like, I'm getting good with the camera. Is it possible if I can just come? Everything is handouts. But, like, now it's like, okay, well, let me hear what you need. And this is pretty much, I'm on the receiving end of it.
Yeah.
And it's not much, but it just gets back and forth because I have the questions and, like, okay, well, when do you need it? How much do you need? Stuff like that. When they don't have an answer, it's like, okay. Like,
yeah.
We can do this. My favorite one is like, how do you want this shot? No one ever has an idea. You don't know.
Wait till we worked on it.
Then it's like, all right, cool. But if someone's like, oh, honestly, I just love your work. Do what you do.
Well, yeah, because you're the professional.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be asking people, oh, do you care about your parts? And most people are like, huh?
They don't care, right?
Break it down for me.
But if someone sits in the chair and now they're giving you the same technical terms, then it's like, oh, okay, like they know. They're legit.
Yeah.
And if I come to you and you're just like, well, I want a shot in 4K and I want it at this angle and I want it at this shutter speed and all that, then I'm going to be like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. But
I want this fucking,
yeah. I want this audio setup. I want the angle from here and here and I want this,
yeah.
These decibels. And it's like, okay, like, you know what you want. So in that short little pitch, it's kind of like, you just want to be on camera or do you like legit have something that you're trying to put out as far as like, reels wise, or like in the wedding, the gender reveal, I ask everybody the same thing. Like, how do you want a shot? Even if I go record you playing a sport, how would you like your shot?
I think that's such a broad question.
It is, but that's just because I want the broad answer. Yeah, because if I'm a detail oriented, if I ask you that, well, what shutter speed do you want me to shoot it in? I don't know what that is.
What the fuck?
Right.
Be like, what I hire you for?
Yeah, so it's just, you ask a broad question because maybe you have some sort of idea that you can kind of like, because we all have a vision of that. Like, we've seen something on social media where it's like, dang, I want a video like this, or I want that, or I want a hairstyle like this.
You know what's a good question to follow up with if they can't answer what they want? What they don't want?
No, that's even better because that list is shorter. Like, it's a whole lot of
maybe
once someone, okay, well, what do you don't want? Like, I was telling you about the wife for the wedding. It's like, if there's angles or insecurities about a body part or anything like that, like, I really don't like this, I'd rather not. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So it's like, I trust me, I do all of that, and then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta have some sort of checklist.
Yeah, I do that too. I mean, people definitely, doing hair is like so detrimental to a person's self-esteem in life though. Y'all need to come to me excited about what you're getting or what you're asking me to do. Don't sit in my chair for a haircut and be like, I was thinking about doing bangs. Well, we're not doing it today because I can already tell it's like a thought, which is fine,
See.
But going back to like networking and talking, like when we first met online and we reached out to each other and we're trying to work, I mean, we fucking linked up and made shit happen like a week later. I don't think there should be a timeline on it, but I need to feel like people are actually trying to do things. And because I hold that level of expectation for myself as well. And, everything is really about ourselves. It's like really not about other people.
Yeah. Well, that's good though, because again, like even when you first told me that's something you wanted to do, it's like, okay, well, one will say you done upgraded and you did your thing with the cameras and you're making progress that way, but it was just like, okay, well, let's do it. Like, why? And it probably had more to do the fact that we were strangers at that time. Made it even more.
I'll never forget, man. I was so fucking nervous just because it was the first time I ever did this, and then also just like I didn't know who you were. I didn't really know how this was gonna go, and I remember like you were like, yeah, I was kind of wondering if this was really gonna happen, you know, like, should I go? Is she actually gonna show up? And then whenever, you know, I'm like, I'm here, you know, like, just want to make sure. Whenever I confirmed, you're like, oh shit, she's fucking serious. Like,
it's just, well, you have to be, because it's those balances, like you said, just the words, and we can talk it, and then all of a sudden something just happened that day. Oh, I can't because of this, and then just gets pushed on and on and on. A lot of times you have that with your family members and friends, like they say, those are the worst people to do business with. So I mean, someone like that, it was like, all right, well, let's do it. And if, again, we already talked about it, but if you would have countered and didn't show up, then it's like, that's my impression of you now.
Yes, exactly. You know, and I'm guilty of wanting to do that. I won't let myself too often. Once in a while, I'm like, fuck it. Like, I need a fucking break. I know I said I'm going to do this, but this just fucking happened, and I fucking can't. Like, I'm a human, and I fucking can't. But I hate doing that. I'm pretty hard on myself. I have pretty high expectations of delivering what I say I'm going to. That's the biggest thing. Just that word is everything. That energy too. There's like an energy to people of I call them movers and groovers. Yeah. I pay attention to whether someone is a mover and groover or not when it comes to being in my life, when it comes to networking. Just all of that, yep. You got to. I need some mover groover energy. But it's contagious, that's why. Exactly. Like, it's very contagious to be around someone that's just kind of going back, like we said, just that group of people you're with. Like, dang, you're always doing something. Anytime I look up, you got this, that, you're just doing it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but you're doing it. I need to do that. I need to do something similar. And you know what? The low energy, the non-movers and groovers, that can be just as contagious because... Exactly. Rest is nice and we need it. You know, it's not we can't be burnt out all the time. Exactly. It's not like that's not a thing. There's definitely a balance between the two, but, you know, there's a difference between that and becoming complacent. Yeah. And I will be so mad at myself if I let that happen. Yeah, it's tough. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta, like, growth happens. You gotta constantly be up and down. That whole staying the same, like they say, that's pretty much like flatlining and being dead. Yeah. So, you know, the ups and downs of life. Obviously, we all want to progress, but... Yeah. Let's talk about networking, and, you know, we're talking about, like, our intentions and the type of people that... standards and people that we're looking for to add to our network, to add into our lives in general. Let's talk about sometimes the people out there that are networking with the intention of kind of just feeding off of others. Because I've dealt with that before and I didn't realize it until it had already happened. It was happening. You know what I mean? And it was quite tricky to me. I probably am just like naive, but I did not see that coming, not from a mile away, especially with like the level of energy that they were bringing, and somewhat action. Sometimes you pay attention to the actions, not the words, and sometimes some actions can be a little bit of a facade. So just careful of that. But yeah, I think it's good to keep in mind that is a thing. Don't be out there, you know, with an innocent mind like a child. Oh God, how sweet to have a heart like that. But don't do it like in your mind. Just remember, you can have all these good intentions for yourself and for others, and networking and stuff, and other people might just be looking at you like a fucking meal ticket. Yeah, I mean, one of my coaches, he said that best, just as far as energy and all that. There's so many leeches out there that will just try to suck up your positive energy and then just, you know, try to run with it. Mm-hmm. So big on, like, being around people like that. Like, I know people who are big on that. Mm-hmm. They'll try to just undercut you and just do all this wild stuff. And it's like, I'm big on, like, we can all... kind of like you said with the whole production team, like we all come in, play our role, we can be really, really successful, but we can all eat always. No, yeah, absolutely. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. Like, it's just I have to get mine right now, and it's like, well, yeah, we are going to, but Yeah, unfortunately, that happens in capitalism. You know, none of us really want to be at the bottom.
No, not at all. But it's
But
like,
we're all at the bottom with each other. Like, it's just a reality of how it's set up, how it has to be, and it really does. It really can kind of influence people to start moving like that, based on survival. You know.
Yeah, it's a weird. That whole thing is just, it's weird at times. But I've enjoyed it. Like, I enjoy networking, like, to the T. Because, again, I almost enjoy it a little bit too much at times. Because sometimes I interact with people and I'm like, dang, like, should I have done this? Should I have said this? Like...
Oh, yeah. No, I overthink most social interactions. Yep.
But then I don't know, I think that's growth as well, too, though. Like, I'm always still trying to be better, and even little stuff like that, just interacting with people, giving more people compliments, just being more present in a lot of the stuff. Because we all do have stuff going on, but just being present in those moments.
Yeah, being present and being open are huge while networking. I think it's important to, like, just see where you're at too. We're talking about networking, and I think it's important to keep in mind that this is not something that happens all the fucking time. You know, it's not. I have it on here. Is it that serious? Question mark. I think intention behind the networking is serious. I think networking is serious. But then, there are times like, is it that fucking serious? When I'm overthinking every social interaction I just had with new people, is it really that fucking serious?
And it don't be.
Yeah.
Like I said,
most of the time.
It doesn't be, but then it's like, I don't know. I guess I prepare those moments for the actual proper networking that I need. Because at the same time, too, when I'm going to network with these people, they are a stranger for that amount of time. So I kind of just use these little interactions to prepare for those.
Yeah, and it's like a pitch. Mm-hmm. And every pitch you do, you get better at it.
Yep. It's like, how was that, and this and that. And I try to relate to anybody. I don't really hold on to a higher standard. Like, I'm me regardless. So, because this is who you're going to be working with.
Yeah. So
I kind of show up, dressed however. Obviously outside like a formal event, but like, you're working with me. That's who you're working with. It's not even the product that's put out. I'm coming to get my hair done by you because of you.
It's important. Man, I've referred clients to other stylists for services that I don't offer and stuff, and they're like, yeah, no, that person's attitude, I can't do it,
Yeah, you'd be surprised that it's just, because again, it's just that energy, it's that feel good, like, same, just we're getting a haircut, or just, obviously, you have tattoos, same thing with your tattoo artist, like, for this amount of time, like, we have to bond, like, we gotta be super, super tight-knit.
Oh, yeah. No, like, and I'm her hairstylist, so
see,
damn. But it's like,
so it's like, that too, it's even more like...
I love you, Cat.
I love you, Cat.
Damn, you were a fucking angel. That shit don't come around too often where it is like that, I have a lot of clients and I'm the hairstylist, but they're not...
Yeah, you guys aren't able to swap service for stuff. Yeah. So even that, though, like, that's even a tighter bond that you guys need to have, because, again, you have her looking right outside in these streets, and she's bringing your vision and art to life.
I really like to think that keeping your nose clean and having positive interactions with people is crucial in networking in business. How they think of you in their head based off the last time they saw you is a thing. It's how we are, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that there needs to be maintenance in networking? Do you think that after you meet someone that you believe is a good connection to maybe touch base with them afterwards? Hey, it was nice to meet you, or whatever. Look forward to seeing you in the future. Maybe leave it open-ended or something specific. Do you think if it's not something specific, you don't even need to do that? You just need to touch base if you have something in mind that you want to work on?
So, like, with that is a balance. Like, I'm never going to overdo it. I'm never gonna double text you. I'm never gonna do anything like
Yeah.
that. I'm always gonna for sure, let you know that I do appreciate your time, and I'm extremely grateful that you even came to me to want to, capture these moments or, do services with me. But I'm not chasing anybody.
No pressure.
Yeah, like it's just like, okay, this is what you need, this is what you want. I can provide this, there's that, and that's really it. But I'm not gonna, and I'm in that mix right now. People hit me up like, hey, can you do, X, Y, Z, and it's like getting a little bit more details. Okay, yeah, I can provide that.
Yeah.
No response after. They're not setting a date, setting a time. So
There you
like,
go.
I want you to know your time is valuable and all that, but at the same time, it is more like a first come, first served basis.
Oh yeah, with business, yeah. Let's talk about that. I'm not hitting on my clients to see if they need their hair done. That's not how this works.
Yeah,
y'all.
you know exactly what you need. Your event's going on, so like, you approached me. You did half of it, but like now, okay, let's finish it. Let's lock it in on the calendar and all that. That way, you're not trying to last minute something, and I can't provide that for you.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I will reach out and touch base when I spoke to the person about it.
right, like, but it's just that one, like.
But if we just made a cool connection and it was cool, and then who knows where that's gonna go? Maybe we link up later on in life, maybe we don't.
Yeah,
then I'm just gonna go ahead and like leave it at that for real. Yeah. And then let's talk about the connections that you have, and they're good connections. When you run into that person, y'all both, have good rapport with each other, but you haven't seen them in years. You haven't worked with them in years. It's like an open-ended connect. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that just having that positive rapport will carry you through a lifetime with this person, and y'all pop into each other's lives, or you touch base with them, and now it's time to work, or you want to do something, and that the last time you saw them is enough for that time, maybe let's say 10 years later? Or do you think that is necessary to kind of keep the string, the connection, to touch base? Because I know sometimes people can get a little offended by that, which is interesting, probably more on personal levels, but when people just are like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, they just trying to keep tabs on me. Do we need to keep tabs? But let's talk professional, because I think that's a big difference, but...
I get 10 years. I haven't had I guess no one like that. Like the people we've worked with are kind of like have been more repeat. Kind of like I told you, like the wedding, and then now just a couple months later, like the gender reveal. So I feel like that's been great. But they do check in and they keep tabs on because we're in the sports world, so I'll keep that relationship. But some is I shot this for you one good time, and I probably will never speak to you again, and it's nothing bad. If I do see you, it's always going to be love, but it's never going to be
So it's always, once it's always love, it's kind of always love.
Some, but and then on the flip side too, though, because I've had one bad experience in all of them that I had, and it's I will never, I won't do anything with that person again for any dollar amount, for anything, just because of how they carry themselves and how they try to make it seem like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So that's where it's the balance of it.
Yeah. I think the last impression is just as important as the first.
Yeah, because it can really and it can be so many good things, and then just whoa.
It can change everything.
Yeah, it's whoa, I'm okay. But I guess as far as personal, because I'll say, even us, I haven't seen you since the last time I was here.
Yeah.
After leaving and traveling and doing all that, but it's the same thing.
Fucking years.
Yeah, but I'm in both sides. Still made sure to check in, make sure everything was good, watch the stuff, comment, anything like that is okay, that. I'm more grateful for that because it was dang, we only hung out one time. We did one episode, and then as strangers, and then.
I was about to say social media is great.
Yeah,
for kind of keeping tabs,
Yeah.
When I lived in Los Angeles, I made a lot of really dope connections. All these connections are with older people though. I never got anybody's Instagram. I think half of the really good connections I'm thinking of don't have Instagram.
Social media presence makes sense.
It's phone numbers and shit, maybe email. I don't do email though. But I always wonder, it's been a long ass fucking time, going on 8 years since I've even seen these people, and it's If I see them in a crowded room again, is it all love? Would they even fucking remember
would
me?
It still
like,
pop up? And I'm big on that. I don't know if it's like a pride thing or what, but like, I probably wouldn't speak to you.
Really?
I'm dead serious, because now if I gotta like try to reintroduce myself, like if it clicks and like the lights maybe pop on when we see each other,
and if it doesn't,
then it's there. But if it's just like,
then not survive, then it's not there. Yeah.
Okay, well, you got it then. I'm not gonna now reintroduce myself after.
The eye contact is huge. Yeah.
And that's just, you don't gotta remember everything, but if it's like, I remember you, then it's like cool. But if it's like, oh, nice to meet you, like I'm Dom, you're gonna be like, oh.
If someone doesn't remember you, that is different. And that's unfortunate. That's why these impressions matter, the first and the last, right?
Yeah, so it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not, oh, but no, I'm not pressing that. But if someone hasn't seen me, or maybe they saw me, and sometimes I know people from a long time ago, or maybe just from one interaction. Sometimes it hasn't been that long, but it's just like one interaction, and I see them out and they're like smiling at me and shit, and I'm like, fuck, they know me, and who the fuck?
I don't know, yeah.
Who the fuck? And it like takes me a long time, and then I make the connection, and that's when I'll go around and I'll be extremely transparent, like, hey, so I probably looked at you funny because I can't fake shit, because I can't hide shit. I probably looked at you funny, but I fucking remembered. Sorry about that, but yeah, it happens.
But that's on both sides though, because you can now like, dang, that person looks familiar, and then it'd be something negative. Then it's like, oh, okay, I remember where I remember you from, or why I remember you, or why I've actually tried to forget you. So then,
I remember now. I remember.
There's the balance there too.
Yeah, man, all I gotta say is keeping your nose clean is important. It's important in networking, especially in business. I want to say especially in your personal life too. Let's not act like that shit don't fucking matter. That's our livelihood.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of close people this past year.
Yeah,
and I'm
dude.
Not mad about it at all.
Yeah, meant to be. We have no clue what's coming next, and I want to say, like, the people that I've lost this year, like, there's no love lost. The connections were very deep and very meaningful for the part of my life that they were a part of.
Yeah.
Sometimes
for the time span and everything.
Sometimes the network is for a time, and then, and that's why it's important to keep on fucking networking, y'all. The complacentness isn't very helpful in life. It's not gonna make progress.
Nah, but for sure, blessed and grateful for the ones that I have, because I've also met a lot of great people this year too. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, just more excited about meeting them than disappointed about losing other people. Yeah, no, it's exciting. I mean, it's the future. What you gonna look back for? What you gonna do that for? Yeah, let's not do anything. It's been great.
Yeah. Yep. Well, damn. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you sitting down with me again. No,
likewise. I'm glad we stayed connected and I was able to come back.
Yeah, and I appreciate you being a mover and a groover, and a man of your word too. It means a lot, and that's your reputation. I just want to tell you that you're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm trying. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But likewise, I love the setup now, because I even brought my GoPro like last time.
This live's been on sideways the whole time. I've been thinking about that.
It happens though, but that's okay. You baby stepping, but you done got a camera now. You done got the mic. You editing and you doing all that. And like,
yeah, I'm trying.
Kind of brings me a little tear to my eye. See you really doing your thing.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you, man. And thank y'all for whoever stopped by to watch us on live. Hopefully I interact a little bit more and actually put it to where y'all not looking at your phone sideways. Sorry about that. And for everyone who's watching on YouTube months from now when I edit this and put it out, thank you for listening to this babble. I appreciate y'all. We're fucking out. Which one do I turn off first?